Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Meridian, Idaho, for those that are here live, and those of you that are joining us from Vermont and others that may join us from who knows where. We hope that you enjoy the next 45 minutes to an hour. We're excited to be able to share with you some new things that Nikken has developed in just the last few months. Alice and I have been affiliated with Nikken since 1999. And grateful for all of the blessings that has met in our lives. And I'd like Jack or Karen just to say hi and give a brief intro to yourselves.
Okay, well, we've been in Nikken since 1994, and it's been one of the most fantastic decisions we ever made.
Yeah, we were attracted to Nikken because we'd been very interested in being healthy and staying healthy. And so that's what attracted us to start with. And then as we started using the products, of course, we had to share them because they were so wonderful. And then that led into us shifting out of real estate, because it turned out our passion's really to help other people to have a better life. I mean, it was great helping people sell houses, but it's lots better. It's lots more rewarding to us to help people be healthier and happier and have a fulfilling, healthy life.
Thank you. And we're so excited to have you help share. I'm really excited to have you help share today. I'd like to introduce our daughter, Danielle. She's going to wave because in the same room with me, she can't have her mic open or you'll get feedback. And we've got Terry Kinghorn waving to us from Vermont. So we're glad.
Terry.
What's that?
I think I said New Hampshire.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Terry.
Anyway, so what we'd like to do is just give you a brief orientation to what the meeting's going to, how it's going to flow. First of all, I had sent to all of you, to the best of my ability, a link to a 20-minute introduction by Roger Drummer titled The Bitter Truth About Sugar, Your Gut, and Your Brain. Once we wrap our minds around the simplicity of losing weight by controlling sugar cravings, the journey will be more enjoyable. If you haven't watched Roger's lecture, it will help you kick the sugar habit in 7 to 10 days and to help you better understand the power behind Nikken's total weight management program. So our agenda today is that we're going to follow some presentation slides that Nikken gave to us. Some of them are in a handout called Weight Management Guide, 22 pages, and I have incorporated those into the slideshow that Nikken gave to us. So I felt there was some content in there that we really didn't want to miss. And so those of you that are here and those that are listening to the recording, we've made that available through a Dropbox, and you can have your own copy. We printed a few for folks to follow along here today. First of all, I also want to make sure that you realize that we are not nutritionists nor doctors, nor do we make medical claims, prescribe, or diagnose. However, collectively, we have years of personal experience of our own or that of others on our team. So we will be sharing that knowledge with you. As part of the program, we will introduce you to 2 product packs as illustrated here. Well, I guess it's time for me to share screen. And so now you see the first slide, and this is what the pack looks like. After we finish with the slide presentation, we're going to answer questions. So we'll hold those to the end. However, those that are able to chat, Terry and any others that join us can send questions to Danielle, and she'll be able to monitor them. And finally, at the conclusion of the presentation, we would invite you to have samples of the products that we have here so that you can get a taste of what it's like. And also, you're free to kind of tour. Marcia's going to give a tour of our wellness home. Now, as a former college professor, you need to understand that I have additional resources and handouts because I just can't be a presenter without giving material to you. So those are available through a Dropbox, and some of you have already received them. Okay, Nikken has a long history of producing balanced nutritionals for weight management. As the science behind healthy weight management has evolved, so too has the Nikken product line. Since its beginning in 2006, we have seen many improvements until today. Danielle safely lost 45 pounds by taking 1 or 2 meal replacements per day and eating 1 balanced meal. She also exercised 30 minutes, 3 to 5 days per week. This picture of Danielle, whom we love dearly, in 2006, it had been a year since she had her last child. And I'm sure some of the women can relate to the fact that getting rid of that baby fat is a challenge. And so we were delighted a year later on the program. Actually, she wasn't on the program a whole year. How long did it take you to lose the 45 pounds? Do you remember? Was it about a year? Okay. Again, that's healthy. So let me add a sidebar here. It was Easter this last weekend. So I started on the program on Monday and doing what we're recommending you do. And on Monday morning, I weighed 196 pounds. This morning, I weigh 188.8.
Woohoo!
That's healthy. You don't want to lose more than a pound a day. I didn't. But I'm excited. My goal is to go from the 196 to 180 and hold. I've never been able to hold at 180 for a number of years. So that's my personal goal. Anyway, we're really excited to present the new Nikken Wellness Everyday Organic-Based Weight Management Program. And today you're going to see why this program is not for temporary weight loss. Instead, it helps you to maintain an active wellness lifestyle for your whole life. Virtually every weight management program focuses on weight loss and diet food. These foods are too often full of chemicals, preservatives, added sugars, or artificial sweeteners. You might lose weight, but with some other weight management programs, you're actually ingesting harmful things in your body by trying to lose weight. At Nikken, we saw a need and developed the solution. Our everyday organic-based weight management program is not a temporary weight loss program. This program gives you a way to eat well and live well every day. It will make all the difference in your life. And of course, the definition of what is organic is on the screen, and I think that you probably had a chance to read that while I was going through my little dialogue. This program makes it very easy to succeed by breaking it down into 3 steps that you can take every day: cleanse, balance, and energize. We're going to show you what to do with each of these 3 steps. These are the components of a healthy weight management program. Developing a healthy approach to eating requires a commitment to active wellness and creating a positive lifestyle. Weight management is crucial to health and longevity. It is the reduction of risk factors such as heart disease, stroke, diabetes, osteoarthritis, and even some forms of cancer. But how do we accomplish this? As this slide states, we need to drink water instead of sodas. And I've got my PiMag water bottle here.
Yay, Bill!
I highly recommend that. Goes with me everywhere I go, when I eat in a restaurant or just everywhere I go. We need to eat fresh foods instead of processed ones. We need to decrease the starchy foods and increase the lean protein. We should exercise daily and get enough rest, deep REM sleep. Of course, we recommend the Nikken sleep technologies. And then when we do so, our bodies will naturally balance out. And as always, before embarking on any type of a weight loss program, we recommend you with your physician first. One of the handouts I referred to a moment ago is a 22-page weight management guide, which contains many of the slides in this presentation. I'm passing one around in color here and have a few black and white copies as well. And Terry, I believe you've done likewise. Okay, let's talk about cleanse for a moment. Kim, I'm going to take a sidebar. You saw that sign that came up. Can we turn off any other devices that are in here? Is that acceptable? We had an error message that came up about the internet being unstable. Digestion and metabolism work in tandem. If your body cannot properly process food by absorbing nutrients and discarding waste, it cannot metabolize efficiently. The problem is focusing on helping the body flush out toxins by eliminating certain foods, drinking more water, and introducing a liver support and digestive supplement to your diet. Kenzen Cleanse and Detox and Kenzen Digestion Complex 420 are formulated to help you process foods effectively. As the slide says here, the Cleanse and Detox is designed to help enhance the 3 major functions of the liver: to help cleanse, which is the process of destroying toxins that come from waste produced by the body; helps to metabolize carbohydrates, lipids, and proteins, as well as producing coagulation factors and bile secretion. It helps to store fat-soluble vitamins A, D, K, and E, in addition to glycogen, to make energy available in the form of sugar when the body needs it. The digestion complex 420 is composed of 4 blends that support the digestion of all food groups: carbs, fats, proteins, and fiber. It contains 20 natural ingredients, including amino acids, proteins, vegetable fiber based and cellulose-based enzymes. It aids in the natural elimination of waste without stimulants or laxative. So I've only been on these 2 products religiously following the program for a week. And I should tell you, without being too graphic, that life is good. Let me share another testimonial with you from our daughter-in-law, Rochelle. Rochelle is pregnant. She had asked me a while back if there was a possibility that the digestion complex 420 would help. This was with the former formula. And so about January, she said, can I have some more, get some more of that digestion? How much does it cost? And we had just introduced this new formula. So I said to her, well, I'll tell you what, I got a deal for you. I'd like you to try the new formula. If you'll let me know what you observe, good, bad, indifferent, I'd like to know if there is a difference. I'd like to read what she sent to me as a text on February 23rd. I have been on the digestion complex for about a week, and I have to say that I can feel a big difference. Sorry about too much information, but during and after pregnancy, I have struggled with constipation. Lately, I have been taking Miralax 2 times a day. Sometimes it works, sometimes it does not. But since switching to the new digestion complex formula, I have not had to take Miralax. Now, the real test will be while I'm in the hospital with the pain medications that they will give to me. Her children all come cesarean. And as you know, when you go into a hospital for that type of operation, you're put under. And we know that one of the things you must do before you can get out of the hospital is be regular. And so we will look forward to the rest of this story sometime around June 19th, and we'll share that with you. Also, since June of 2016, Nikken has been producing what we call active wellness blogs. And they have allowed Nikken to explain the science behind these products that we can't really put on the website because we don't want to make medical claims. But when you look at the materials that I've given to you, you'll find the research behind why the components are in our product. You'll see the sightings to the research and so on. And you'll be able to look in more detail. We will not take the time today to go into a great amount of detail about the different components. It would take us too long. So again, I heard a chime come in. I don't know if that was a call-in person or...
Ruth.
That's Ruth Lowe.
Hi, Ruth.
Hi, Ruth.
I can't see that. So Ruth, we'll send you, just text Danielle or chat with Danielle. She'll send you the link. Actually, I think I might have sent it to you this morning. All right, after we cleanse, we must, someone have a comment?
No, sorry. I was just thanking you for sending the link. Sorry.
Oh, we're glad you could join us. Stay as long as you can.
Will do.
After we cleanse, we must balance, and what you eat affects your individual rate of metabolism. Protein boosts your metabolism and carbs slow it down. Protein takes longer to digest and therefore reduces your appetite. You feel full for longer periods of time and will naturally eat less. Let's focus on boosting your metabolism and balancing your diet with the right proteins and healthy fats by using the new everyday organic-based weight management program. I sound like a commercial. The next of the 3 things that we were going to talk about is to energize. So after we cleanse and balance, we need to do the following to increase our activity level and to rev up our metabolism. By carrying, many of us are carrying around extra weight, and that is tiring. And as a result, many people who begin a diet often lack energy. Daily exercise helps to rev up your metabolism and burn calories. A whole food snack, like the Kensen Paleo Bar we're going to introduce you to, can counteract low sugar levels. We do not forget to sleep. Studies show that when the body doesn't get enough sleep, the stomach increases its production of an appetite stimulant called ghrelin. Good sleep is therefore believed to be important in managing weight. Many of us are familiar with the concept of dividing our plates into portions and sizes as we eat our meals. And so we're going to talk about taking shakes, but we're going to talk about what can you do to eat a healthy meal during the day. And at this point in time, I would like to pass the baton to Jack and Karen, who are going to share a few things with us for a while.
Karen's the expert.
All right. I definitely.
And Karen, when you want me to change the slide, you can either tug on your ear or you can say next.
I'll say next. All right. Well, we are excited to be on this call with all of you. And we were very excited when Nikken announced this everyday weight management program. And of course, you know, as Bill's already shown us, it's much more than a way to lose weight. It's a way to be healthy. It's a way to have our, you know, our blood sugar, our cholesterol, our blood pressure. I mean, all of these things to come back into balance. It's the way to be healthy for a lifetime. And so one of the things, as we look at this plate of how to divide up our food for the day, one of the things that Nikken wanted us to share is fat has 3 times as many calories as protein or complex carbs. And so when you're putting together your meals, you can see that little slice for the essential fats. Now, healthy fats are essential, like coconut oil and olive oil, avocados, olives. I mean, they're very important for many of our processes, our nerves, our brains. So it's important to have them every day in our diet. But it's important, especially when we want to lose weight, not to eat too many of them. So this is a good little graphic of how to, you know, kind of look at your plate to see how it's, to make sure that you kind of have the right combination on it. And one of the things Bill and we were talking about is, you know, a lot of people with families, that they look at a healthy diet, they look at organic, and they're thinking, wow, you know, how can we afford to do this? And well, one thing that's really good these days is that organic, as more and more farmers are switching to organic, it is becoming much more cost effective. And like for us, we feel really fortunate here in Nevada where we're at, because we have Costco, we have Trader Joe's, our local, it's called Grassroots, our local health food store. They have very, very reasonably priced. Often it's the same price as non-organic at the chain grocery stores. And so if you look around, chances are you can find some good organic food. One of the things, though, that I've read multiple times is some foods carry more, what do you call them, pesticides, toxins on them than others. And there's a group called, what are they called? They're called the Environmental Working Group, and they are very interested in our foods, and they do tests, and I have a little printout. I can send it along to any of you if you'd like, or you can just Google it. It's the 12 most toxic foods that you must buy organic. And they quoted from a Dr. Gupta, who did a series on CNN on Toxic America. And like he said, if you're eating non-organic celery today, you may be ingesting 67 pesticides with it, according to a new report from the Environmental Working Group. And so some foods just have more pesticides, or well, I should say they're harder to get off, the soft foods. And so they call those the dirty dozen. And so the dirty dozen is celery, peaches, strawberries, apples, domestic blueberries, nectarines, sweet bell peppers, spinach, kale, collard greens, cherries, potatoes, imported grapes, and lettuce. So, you know, if the budget's tight, look for maybe the organic things on those foods and get non-organic on the others. But one of the things that really helps to keep food costs down is to buy unprocessed foods. And back when my kids were little, we were on a really, really tight budget. I mean, it's so crazy, you know, things were so different. Our budget, we had $400 a month coming in I know that sounds so funny, doesn't it? And our house payment was $300 a month.
This is back in the 60s.
So yeah, this was the late 60s, early 70s. So, that didn't leave a lot of money left over. And we had some chicken. We had a little five-acre farm. We had some chickens. We had some dairy goats. We had a big garden. So we raised a lot of our food, but everything else we bought, we try to buy it in bulk, like whole wheat, and grind it up and make our bread, and organic brown rice. And so anyway, the point is that, yeah, you can eat healthy on a low budget. In fact, our kids were super healthy. I'd read a book called Nutrition and Physical Degeneration by Dr. Weston Price. And he had gone around the world researching primitive groups of people that were really healthy. And he talked about cod liver oil. So our kids took cod liver oil every day. And they took a daily multivitamin. Anyway, we were able to save money because our kids didn't get tooth decay. And we
didn't have medical bills.
And they didn't get sick. So, we didn't have medical costs going out, so we could use that to buy food. So anyway, there are ways to help keep the costs down and still eat really, really healthy. So next slide. So our Kenzen Vital Balanced Meal Replacement Mix. Wow, we just love this. And I've got here, let's start our weight management with a healthy meal replacement and with balanced all vegetable protein. Kenzen Vital Balance now has moringa, which is amazing. If you are to Google moringa, all the amazing things that the moringa does. And it's a natural source of the multiple B vitamins and vitamin C, vitamin A. It also has monk fruit, which is a natural sweetener. It's much sweeter than sugar, but it doesn't have the calories. It doesn't trigger the glycemic response. It doesn't trigger you to have a raise in insulin. So it's great for diabetics, and it's great for us that want to lose weight. One of the things, as you can see on the slide, is it has medium chain triglycerides, and these are just amazing. They come from coconut oil, palm kernel oil, and they support our brain to have healthy brain function. Again, you can Google it. There's so many studies now being done on the MTCs and how amazing they are for us. And Jack and I started a little bit before this came out. Kind of towards the end of February, I started thinking, oh, my pants are getting a little tight, and I had put away the scale because we have a small bathroom and it was using too much room in the bathroom, so I put it in a closet. Anyway, I got out the scale, and I was pretty shocked because I was about 12 pounds more than I normally weigh. And Jack was wanting to gain some muscle and lose a little around his middle. And this can be great for a lot of different reasons. You can lose weight. You can gain muscle. It's great for people that want to gain muscle. There's a lot of research that shows that if you want to gain muscle is to eat a great quality protein, easily digestible protein like the Kenzen Vital Balance within 30 minutes after you work out. So that's what Jack's been doing.
And I think I've gained about 5 pounds now. So I'm working at it.
And your belly skins.
I'm working at it every day. I did up my exercise, which I think is probably a good idea. I'm used to walking every day for 20-30 minutes, but I added to that riding the bicycle for about 30 to 45 minutes every day. So and last night I was able to do the whole bicycle ride just at a sprint pace. I mean, sprinting for 45 minutes is kind of a big deal. I was, but this. Then
you come home and you eat your KVD,
I
right?
ate KVD, right? A little bit before I leave and when I come back. So, I mean, it's really made a difference for me, and I am gaining weight. So, yay.
Yay. All right. Next slide, please. So here's our Kenzen Paleo bars, and they come in 3 flavors. Tropical Delight, which is coconut pineapple, and the chocolate nut, and the very cherry, which is amazingly delicious. And they're all natural. There's no artificial ingredients. There's like, it shows on the slides, there's only like 3 to 4 organic ingredients in each bar. And so they can give you...
It's all food.
Right, it's all food. It's just all real food. It basically unprocessed. I mean, they're ground up and squished together, but they're basically, they're just natural whole foods. So it makes a great way to have like a snack. Like it says on the slide, it provides quick energy from organic whole food and protein and healthy fat from almonds or walnuts. And they're very yummy. So great.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, next slide. Oh, here's something fun. All right, the 10-4, the Kenzen 10-4 energy drink mix. So this can help us, again, as we eat less, which really we need to eat. We need to have the better food choices, plus we need to eat less if we're going to lose weight. And a lot of times that leads to a lack of energy. And the 10-4, the paleo bars can help. The 10-4 can really help. The daily exercise helps to rev up your metabolism. And the matcha green tea has so many benefits. Again, you can Google it. I have an article here from Dr. Mercola on Mercola.com. I just love his website. I look at it almost every day. But here's some of the things he says about the green tea. That it lowers blood pressure naturally. It's helpful against obesity, diabetes, and Alzheimer's. There was one study in 2010 that showed that it increases, it really helps in weight loss, and it increases fat oxidation by 33%. And so, that's a great thing to be taking when you want a little extra energy and you want to be burning some fat. It found that the EGCGs that are in green tea is as effective as the diabetic drug Avandia. And so, it could be helpful in the prevention and treatment of diabetes. Again, this is an article from Dr. Mercola. And you can just Google it and read it yourself.
Mercola.com.
Yeah, Mercola.com. He's got another study that shows that it really helps in the Alzheimer's, the beta amyloid plaques, and that there is a study done that shows that it can reduce that plaque by as much as 54%. So, that's pretty exciting. He has other benefits of green tea. Ease the inflammation and pain associated with rheumatoid arthritis, reduce your risk of autoimmune disease, improve digestion, bolster your immune system. And amazingly, even though it does have natural caffeine in it, it has L-theanine in it, and it helps you to be calm, and it gives you relief from stress.
I'd like to comment about that. Caffeine, coffee is something that usually makes me not feel calm, but I've been drinking green tea, matcha green tea, for a good 2 years now, and I meditate every day, and that's one of the things I do before I meditate, interestingly enough, and it keeps me at a alert level. I'm alert, but very calm. So that's a nice combination.
Yeah, so that's awesome. So it's it does have the natural caffeine in it, but it also has the L-theanine and some other factors in it that really help you to have a calm energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel good.
Yeah.
Be
Okay.
happy.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, next slide. All right, so here is suggested meal plan, because that's what we really all need to stay on track, is to have a clear idea, to be healthy by choice and not by chance, to be prepared, to know what we're going to eat. I know for me, when I've been losing weight, is I want to be prepared. I want, so that when you're you don't want to be ravenously hungry and then just start eating everything in sight, which I've done before too. But if I'm prepared and I have my day planned out and I know what I'm going to eat and when I'm going to eat it, it really makes a big difference. So for breakfast, we show here, we're going to take our digestion, we're going to take our cleanse, we're going to have our KVB shake. It could be, you could have some additional protein like an egg. If you watch the information with Dr. Roger Drummer, he talked about how we need to reset our metabolism. Our body can burn both glucose for energy, which we get from sugar and from carbohydrates. Our body turns carbohydrates into glucose. And it can also burn fat. And so we want to shift into the fat burning mode, don't we? we want to burn off those love handles or the tummy fat.
Yeah, burn off the extra fat.
We want to burn off the extra fat. We want to use it for energy. And so if we're burning carbohydrates, we do not burn fat. So that's one of the reasons we don't want to eat carbohydrates in the morning, because when we continually eat carbohydrates first thing in the morning and all day long and even into the night, maybe for a snack before bed, our body will not burn fat because it's using the carbohydrates for the fuel, and all the extra that you eat over what you need, your body immediately stores it as more fat. So, you can eat a big carb meal and 2 hours later you can be ravenously hungry even though you're 30 pounds, 45 pounds overweight. And you're hungry because your body is not shifting into the burning fat mode. And so this is how we shift it. So you listen to Roger Drummer, and we do our KVB, we do our protein in the morning. And in fact, it's good for the first week or so to really focus on keeping the carbs really low and making sure we shift into this fat burning mode. Mid-morning, we can have a snack. We can have some almonds, some. I don't really recommend that we have fruit the first week or two because, again, we want to shift into that fat burning mode. You can have your 10-4. I use my mid-morning snack. I love to do Jade Greenzymes and nutritional yeast.
So that's another Nikken product.
Yeah. So the Jade Greenzymes is amazing. Then for lunch, we want to do our digestion, our cleanse. And okay, so with this program, we're going to replace two of our meals. So breakfast can be at KVB and lunch can be KVB, or you could do supper, whichever works better for your schedule. Most people, they like to have dinner at home with their family, but whichever works best for you. You can, do lunch or supper, replace it with your healthy meal with your KVB, and you can have your healthy meal for either your lunch or your supper. And so it shows some ideas here. You can have some lean protein and lots and lots of veggies. Man, I love veggies. Every day I ask Jack what he wants for lunch. He says, salad.
A great big salad. By the way, we both eat eggs too. So we're vegetarians, basically, but we're the kind that does a little cheese and eggs. And I'm eating currently 3 eggs a day. So
I think Roger Drummer talks about that too. He does lots of eggs. Okay, next slide. Okay, so now we come to our mid-afternoon snack, and this is a perfect time for that paleo bar, maybe another 10-4, or if you didn't have it in the morning, you might want to use it for your afternoon pick-me-up, and then your healthy dinner, the lean protein and lots of veggies. And they show some beautiful veggies down here at the bottom, a little grilled salmon and asparagus and just lots of yummy things. And over here, this gal's got a green drink. Man, that could be...
looks like our Jade Greenzymes.
That could be Jade Greenzymes, right? Okay, so next slide. So here, this is a very important page. All right, so what to eat, what to avoid, and what to eliminate. And so we're going to eat things like fresh fruits that have complex carbs. We're going to eat generous amounts of fresh leafy green vegetables and legumes. And we're going to eat lean protein, chicken breast, turkey breast, lean ground turkey, salmon, tuna, crabs, swordfish, lean beef, eggs, cottage cheese, nuts. We're going to substitute an organic, big, and high protein shake or meal for 1 or 2 meals a day. And we're going to have, it's very important, we talked about that a little bit, about we need to have healthy fats like the flax seeds, walnuts, chia seeds, algae. We want to avoid alcoholic beverages. They are very high in calories. Prepackaged foods, so many of those, they've been so processed that there's not a lot of nutrition left in them. We want to avoid protein bars that are not a whole food snack. Many protein bars, if you read them, are really more like cereal bars. They're more like dessert. And we want to avoid things like the grains that are high in gluten, such as wheat, spelt, barley, especially processed grains. Replace with brown rice, quinoa, oats in limited quantities, because all of the grains, if you start reading your labels, you will find that grains are very high in carbohydrates. And someplace in this program, it showed we want to keep our carbohydrates to about 50 to 90 grams a day. And so if, as you start reading labels, you will find that you would really want to keep the amount of grains down.
Besides, there's a video out there called Grain Brain, and how it really, because of the carbohydrates, it's hard. Yeah. It's
Dr.
not good for your brain.
Anyway, we want to avoid foods with added sugar, foods with GMOs, canned and boxed foods that are not organic and sugar-free. Oh, and here's the anything white. We want to avoid the white rice, pasta, bread, and cereal. And really recommend to eliminate the processed foods, sodas, juices, any other artificially sweetened drinks. I mean, again, when you're reading labels, it's amazing how many carbohydrates, how many calories there are in a soda, in a juice. And some people, of course, think, well, I'll do the diet soda because we don't have the calories. But again, you can Google, you can do the research, and you can find out that the artificial sweeteners that are in those sodas, there's a lot of negative consequences from consuming those on a regular basis.
The American medical community has done tests recently. I mean, it's in the news right now how they could adversely affect your brain and problems, with the brain and stuff now with those
right,
artificial.
Right, aspartame there's been quite a few studies. It has MSM, causes MSM
symptoms.
Yeah, symptoms. Anyway, good thing to avoid. Natural and artificial trans fats, fast food, saturated fats, fried foods, foods with antibiotics, foods with artificial growth hormones. And so this is a chance to focus on eating healthy. So next slide. So Nikken gave us some healthy food combinations, which is very interesting, and I think it's in the handout that Bill has for you. Avocado and leafy greens, chicken and cayenne, oatmeal and walnuts, eggs with black beans, salmon and sweet potato, yogurt and berries. So next slide, please. This goes into some of the details, and I'm not going to go through them all now. They are in the they're in the handout. It's quite fascinating, but it's just certain combinations go together well for the combination of nutrients they supply to the body. So I thought this was quite interesting, and it gives you some good ideas of fun and healthy things to eat. Okay, so next page. All right, here we go. Here's our 30-day weight management pack and what comes in it. And there's the 2 of the vital balances, so you can replace 2 meals a day, one chocolate, 1 vanilla, our paleo bars, the cleanse, the detox, and the 10-4. And we were thinking about it, and there's some tremendous benefits to getting this pack, to getting on this program. And one of the benefits is that it saves you time. When you get this all together as a pack, you don't have to go to the store and think about, well, what am I going to get so that I can lose weight and eat healthy? I mean, here it is. It's basically all laid out for you. You're going to be doing this for up to your meals per day, and then you're going to be having your either your lunch or your supper where you have your lean proteins and your vegetables. And so it saves you time grocery shopping. It saves you time preparing special foods. It can be budget neutral, or it can even save you money depending on what you're currently eating. You know, like somebody that works full time, you might dash off to work in the morning. You might grab a a latte at Starbucks on the way to work. And I'm not sure what those cost now, but I think
Plenty.
they cost like plenty, like $3.95 or something like that,
$5.
or even more. And then you might have lunch out, and that can be $5 to $10 pretty easy right there. And then you might grab an afternoon snack from the vending machine, and that's probably another $2. So, that's $11 to $16 per day. We'll be going over the cost on this, but if you get it on the auto ship, it's only going to be about $10 a day. So it could actually be budget neutral or even save you money. And it eliminates the temptations to eat other food. Like I was saying, one of the biggest tips for me is to be prepared to have the food ready to eat. I know what I'm going to eat during the day. And another really big tip I'd like to add is to have like a Tupperware full of veggies. Like I've got the little pea pods and the little cherry tomatoes and I like these little cucumbers. The Persian cucumbers, I get them from Trader Joe's, little organic Persian cucumbers, and they're just so yummy. And so if I get one of those munchy attacks, I just grab my little Tupperware full of veggies and munch on those. And but being on this Nikken's program, it helps to eliminate the temptations because we have our whole program for the day laid out. We know what we're going to eat, when we're going to eat it. So I'm really excited about it, and it's working for us. Okay, next page, Bill. All right, so here's the activities that will help us to increase our metabolism is to find a type of exercise that we can incorporate every day. Walking, bicycle riding. I have a little mini trampoline that I love to use. Sleep. There's the research that shows that sleep really helps us to lose weight by having enough sleep.
And you can have a sleep mask.
A sleep mask right there in the picture, and a sleep system. So
special sleep system.
We highly recommend that. And I think it's back to you, Bill.
All right. Well, I'm excited to share a couple of compelling reasons why we want to take advantage of what Nikken has given to us. First of all, if I can get this to work. Here is an Everyday Wellness Challenge Facebook page. And I want to read to you what it says as the introduction. Welcome to Nikken's Everyday Wellness Challenge. This is a group where others are challenging themselves for a better everyday lifestyle just like you. Please feel free to share recipes, tips, and overall weight diet struggles with each other. This is a community to better our everyday lives together. And you'll see the rules, which I've also handed out to everybody, are right here if you would like to participate in it. And then here are people that are sharing what they've been able to do. This was a healthy meal that Rachel had 19 hours ago, and she just loves it. And so there's a number of people that have already started to jump on the bandwagon. This starts in the month of April, and it goes through to the end of June. So one thing that's always a challenge with weight management is to try to come up with a mechanism to encourage you, to keep you moving forward when you're by yourself. So the community can help us do that by joining this. One of the other things that is in this packet, and we'll go back, is your progress chart. So I have actually been using my cell phone to keep track of those pounds that I lose every day. I weigh at the same time when I get in the shower. And so I'm going to fill out one of these charts so that I can have it and be compliant. What you need to do is take a photograph of yourself at the beginning, very first. I did a front on and a profile. And you put that aside. You don't have to show that yet. That's really nice. And it says to drink plenty of water and stay hydrated. And I can tell I'm thirsty. And again, there's water here for high water for anybody that would care to have that. So at the end of the 30 days, you would go ahead then and take a second photo that you would put up on Facebook if you choose to do so. And besides putting your photo up, you're going to make comments about what you've experienced during these past 30 days. So you can share with the community the things that have been going on in your life. Okay, then for the second month, you follow the same regimen. One of the things that I am always motivated by is money. And so I'm going to tell you about the opportunity to earn some reward points, some actual hard cash. So again, second month, at the end of the 60 days, you're going to take another photo, put that up on your Facebook with some comments about what you've noticed during the second 30 days. And the tip of that of the second month is to chop veggies in advance to save time. And then, as Karen said, take them with you for those snacks when you're away from the house. Third month, you're now going to post your before and your after at the end of 90 days photo and your testimonial on Facebook. And tip of the month in the third month is to avoid sugary drinks. And as we were commenting a minute ago, Jack, about the news this week has been talking about, it's that battle again that there always is raging about diet drinks. And Dr. Oz was on the Today Show and mentioned that the diet drinks are detrimental. People are finding that there's problems with strokes and with dementia and other challenges. So it just makes common sense that when you have a choice, life is about choices. Drinking healthy, high-mag living water is a better choice than anything else that's out there on the market. Before I talk about the past, let me tell you what the incentives are for the contest. So there are $10,000 worth of funds available to be won by individuals who go through that process of posting on Facebook. And the top number one prize will be $2,000. I would like to humbly share with you an experience that happened to me in 2007 when Nikken did their first Body Balance. They had a contest that was called Body Balance Lifestyles. And I was the lucky person whose name was drawn out of the hat. And I was at a ball game with our kids and grandkids. The Boise Hawks has a baseball team, and we were watching the ball game. My cell phone rings, and somebody locally had been listening to the call that I had missed, and they said, "Bill, you're the winner." I said, "I am. I'd like to be a winner. What did I win?" She said, $2,500. And I go, "Whoa." And so I actually went out with that $2,500 and did something I have never done in my life. I bought a $750 Italian suit to wear to church on Sundays. And I would never have done that. So again, thank you, Nikken. I don't know what motivates you. $10,000 is a lot of money to be out there for us to grab onto. I will tell you my experience with Nikken is that a lot of people won't go to the Facebook page. And so just the very fact that you do engage yourself in it gives you better odds. Okay, so we're talking about 2 packs today, and one of them is the 30-day pack. And again, this is for jump starting. So this is one person for 1 month doing 2 meals a day, as we've been talking about. There are 12 paleo bars in each of the boxes. So you've got your snacks, you've got your cleanse and digestion in your tin for one person for the month. And now it's time for Alice to go start mixing samples. Yes, she's just giving me the high sign. Then there is a 90-day pack, and this is a better way to go in some respects, and I'll explain that. It's basically the same thing times 3, but the advantages here are that you can go for your first month using the 2 meals a day, and then you can start to share with friends or family and have them get the same experience. So I'm selfish on my first 30-day pack. It's for me, folks, although we have extra. But then with this 90-day pack, you can start to include other members of your family. So let's talk about, okay, let me see where my notes are.
That's free shipping on the 90-day pack.
Yeah, I'm trying to, okay, so I guess this is where I was going to, I'll just go back up one. I wasn't following my notes, sorry. So if you purchase the 30-day pack, the retail customer price is $413. Today, by registering as a customer on AutoShip, the price is discounted 25%. So that would be $309.75, or a savings of $103.25. On the 90-day pack, the retail price would normally be $1,239, but by registering as a customer on AutoShip, the price at 25% discount today or this weekend is $929.25. So you've saved $309.75. And there's more. With the 90-day pack, you get free shipping, and that's going to save you an additional $68. So your total savings by going to a 90-day pack is $377.75. So that's pretty exciting. What I wanted to share on this one is that in addition, Bill and Alice Cottle, for those that commit to the 90-day program, would like to give you an on-the-go shake mixer that you see in this photograph. It does not come with the pack, but we will order that for you when we see your first 30-day auto ship go on, or your 90-day. So this is a simple way to put the powder in the shaker as you head out the door. You can use your water from your sports bottle to mix it and have your meal away from home wherever you're at. So hopefully you can't hear the neighbor's chainsaw going.
Oh,
That shaker holds 14 ounces. So. And at this point, actually, Ruth, I'm going to put you on the spot. I hope you're listening and not multitasking. You shared with me something. I had a fellow call last night that said he was not going to be able to come today because he couldn't, under any circumstances, afford the shake, and even though he would like to do it. And you shared with me this morning what you're doing. I see you've unmuted, so you're there. Would you like to share that story that you did this morning?
Sure. Yeah. So what I have a few people that financially this can be a slight burden. So what I do is encourage them that, okay, so instead of doing 2 shakes a day, do 1 shake a day. But if that is still not doable, a typical shake is 2 scoops, then do 1 scoop a day, and 1 canister will last you 2 months. But it's so important to get these nutritional value into your body that whatever you can get in your body will help. Now, that person that only does 1 scoop a day, once a day, is not going to get the results like the person that does 2 shakes a day that has 2 scoops per shake. So you just got to understand that. But it's still great to get that nutrition into your body, so your body has the right energy, the right balance to manage your weight, everyday weight. So just like Jack, he was able to build muscle. I have athletes that want to do that, and then we have people that want to give away some extra pounds. So the beauty of this, it's so simple, and it can be for everybody. I have it for 3-year-olds that don't eat well, that are picky eaters. So I tell the parents to give them half a scoop and 4 or 5 ounces of water, and they think it's a treat, and they drink it, and now they've got good nutrition. I have elderly people that are on insurance, stuff like that, and which is garbage, and now they do 1 or 2 scoops of the shake, and they're getting all these great nutrition. So it's very affordable, actually. But what's more important is to get it in your body.
Thanks, Ruth. I appreciate that very much. In fact, as I reflect upon the last 5 days, one of the things that I am doing is following Roger Drummer, so I've avoided all of the sugar and the breads, the whites that we're not supposed to take. And I have noticed that I am able to take 2 shakes a day, and I take a half a paleo bar in the morning. I actually am not starving, but because the shake is that sustaining, but I can take a half of one just because I don't want my energy level to get down, and then have an intention to eat too much at lunch. So Alice and I, because we are both retired, can do our meal of the day that's the big meal at noon. There's some research out there recently, and Europeans have known this for hundreds and hundreds of years. They take 2 hours for lunch, and that's really a better way to go, and eat a smaller, in my case, this week, this month, 2 shakes, so I'll have my second shake at 9. But I am very, very satisfied with the paleo bars, and finding that they're keeping my hunger level at bay. So at this point, let's thank everyone who has participated, and we want to take a few minutes, and actually I'd like to have Terry, if you would, share your story about using the KBB. Yours a little bit different situation. Tell them about your challenges and how you're using the KBB.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Well, with me being diagnosed as a diabetic last June, I actually started taking the KVB right away. And I noticed that, especially with the new KVB, that the protein, it's higher in protein, and that it lasts longer through the day. And it has really helped me maintain my sugar levels. And going back to the diet, that I do the KVB in the morning, two scoops, and I do a couple boiled eggs, and that lasts me until break time. So the protein, and I have plenty of energy. You know, I feel good. So that has really helped me. There's also something else that I use too for the diabetes is the bergisterol, and that actually has helped with the diabetes as well as the cholesterol and the blood pressure. I didn't have high blood pressure or high cholesterol, but being a diabetic, you can get those. So I have done tests with both the KVB and with the bergisterol, with just lowering my sugar level and checking it 2 hours later, and both times, both of them has actually dropped my sugar.
Wow.
So the last two times I've had my A1C checked, was a 5.6 and a 5.5, and I've done that by the diet, and I've done it with the KVB and the bergisterol, and I also take the green zymes as well.
Great. Debbie has a question. Terry, this is Debbie, and she wants to ask you a question.
Hi, Debbie.
Hi, Terry. Are you taking doctor meds?
No, I got off my meds 2 weeks after I started the KVB and the bergisterol. Even before I had a chance to figure out my diet, before I went to a nutrition, I went to a diabetic nutrition, a certified, and it was my choice to get off. My doctor wanted me to stay on them, but I knew the Nikken products, how well they were, and I got off of them, and it's been fabulous.
Good.
Thank you.
Well, Debbie,
So,
thanks.
Debbie,
Stay here. Terry wanted to ask you something.
Oh, yeah.
if you would like to, we can actually do a three-way conference call if you'd like to talk more.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll tie you together. So,
Yeah.
Debbie asked a question. Are there any other questions, Marge or Peggy or anybody? Jackie? Okay. Did we have anybody join us? I don't think so. Did we, Danielle? Okay. So we don't have any additional questions. At this point, I think what we'll do is we will go ahead and thank the Ensigns for their wonderful part of this presentation. Ruth, for joining us. And we will end the recording, and then we'll move into the sampling and the wellness home tour. So
The fun part. The fun part.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna sample
We're
some.
gonna go sample some.
here's a sample through.
Love being with you guys.
Anyway, thank
Have a
you
blessed day.
for being here live, and we will,
Thank you.
this recording will be available that you can, those that weren't able to attend or those that are here can watch it again. So everybody have a great Saturday. Thanks for committing your time here today.
Thank you.